The race came to this secretive energy park in the Brecon Beacons when public finances were withdrawn following the Grey Goo incident. Central to the 5.2K Talon's Junction circuit are the cathedral-like circuit breakers and the dynamic Concordia loop. Hidden at the center of a Welsh geopark, Talon's Junction is a hive of government-unapproved activity. 5.2 kilometers of track pass through the clockworks and geometric portals of this dark energy research loop. Built on an exclusive island chain off the shores of Sicily, Moa Therma is the very definition of Mediterranean glamour. Race through the horizontal synchro-logistics dynamo and contribute to the electricity supply for the residential rich and healthy in this 5.3K track. Measuring 5.3 kilometers, the prestige Moa Therma circuit, situated amongst prime Sicilian real estate, has been sponsored to perfection, from the bumps of the mag ridges to the sculpted high-speed dynamo loop. The new Kyoto Assembly fully supports and sanctions the race at Metropia, where the 4.4K track efficiently guides contenders through the uppermost towers and convention centers of the reformed business quadrant. Situated amongst the spires and landing platforms of the East Asian corporate heart, the 4.7-kilometer circuit of Metropia contains a vertigo-inducing glass section and a lethal descent into the underbelly of the city. Race with caution. What happens when Big Brother invades the global village? Arc Prime is the answer, where fortified walls and secure network channels offer privacy at a price. Only the race escapes, a portion of its 5K length breaking the boundaries of Seattle's interurban corridor. Can't stop the signal? The data fortress of Arc Prime already did. Paranoid over every meter of its 5.1K length, every security protocol and standard is adhered to, from the spectator stands to the trackside scanner nodes of this wireless complex circuit. Welcome to Deconstruct. 4.5 kilometers of high-tension track coil around the Art Deco statements of Deconstruct, the city whose only constant is change, where the fortunate can catch a sideways glimpse of the radio waves amongst the engine flares. Rising out of the ashes of Geneva, the expansion of Deconstruct is ceaseless. As a result, the ECS broadcast tower lies just beyond the reach of the transit loop, and the casino run houses a high-level bypass near the entrance of this 4.5K track. Cool air and water are at a premium in the science principality of solar power specialist Tech Dara in the last refuge of the great American desert. Power through 5 clicks around the brittle canyons and ravines of this one-time hydroponic farm. As the sol panels power the spectators' cool suits under the baking midday sun, the 5-kilometer plasmetal circuit arcs lazily through the canyons of Arizona. All that remains outside the Tech Dara complex is rust, dust, and the race. Over 5.4 kilometers, the Amphiseum's glass floor leads into the U-turn separated spectator runs and the mag hill, then curving long and right before the spectacular return down to the grid. This is entertainment. The natural extension of Las Vegas, the Amphiseum is a city built purely for entertainment. This immodest circuit runs for 6 clicks and contrasts the searchlights and towers of another busy night with the thrall of the masses. It never looked better. Windmills, waterfalls, and low, wide tunnels are peppered throughout the rocky garrison of Fort Gale, perpetrating a jagged, saw-tooth feel that looms over the weapons-friendly straits of this 5.4K circuit. The weather machines came to Gibraltar's Fort Gale for the research, but they stayed for the race. Hiding themselves between the residential fins, they studiously watch over the 5.5 clicks of this viper's nest of a track. In Basilico, the lights are on, but nobody's home. 3.9 kilometers of granite obsidian glide through this termite nest of a city, while the race keeps the plague spotters and abandoned cargo drones compliant. This gunmetal grey city was fully evacuated after the outbreak of Nova Scotia, leaving only the neon signs and robotic sentries to watch carefully over the crowd avatars and magnetic twists of Basilico's 4.2-kilometer circuit. The parks of Greenland were finally thawed out and preserved forever by a committee of philanthropists with utopian ambitions. This custom-built 4.6-kilometer track provides a whirlwind tour through the ice-blue architecture and petrified trees of Platinum Rush. The flawless curves of Platinum Rush mimic their surroundings, with sections of the 4.6K track flowing in step with the tree line, then turning to chase the overpass and monorail links to the Eugenics Center. As the cities of the Cayman Islands expanded into the sea, Vertica was born. This tropical paradise is home to the last remaining coral reefs and is a haven for the elite and the reclusive, with strict corporate access to the stands of this 4.3K track. Business borrows from nature at Vertica, carving a path through the landscape, light moss tunnels and palm-lined drops in a 4.9K track designed with high-speed cornering and blind summits. Welcome to Outpost 7. 5.1 kilometers of track are surrounded by the supercooled servers and data centers of Outpost 7. Races bring vital funds into this communications hub at the top of Finland, marvel at the ever-encroaching Ice 9, and ride the narrow Memorial Bridge. Welcome to Outpost 7. The sub-zero temperatures of Outpost 7 are offset like carbon emissions by the engine flares and rivalry that heat up this 5.1K finish circuit, where dual V-turns square off against the satellite uplinks. Welcome to Edgewinter. This 5-click racetrack snakes around the transit system and commercial district of the densely packed metropolis of Edgewinter, a floating island city in the Pacific currently caught in the middle of a tropical storm. When the rain never stops, Edgewinter keeps going. Last seen near the Midway Atoll, this 5.3-kilometer track endures beyond its central high-speed strait, eagerly twisting and undulating itself to accommodate the city.
Welcome to Vostok Reef.
15 centimeters of reinforced pro-glass keep the water out of Vostok Reef's 4.9-kilometer length, while the powder-fresh spiral tunnel and docking stations highlight the continual twists and turns of this coolly detached circuit.
Welcome to Vostok Reef.
The construction of this unique underwater seaport prompted the Vostok Island Race Committee to create a new 5.5K circuit under the sea, which highlights the whale ships and mining community central to Vostok Reef.
Welcome to Gemini Dam.
This Moroccan venue strikes a balance between thrills and technical racing over 5.2 kilometers of tarmacrete, angling between the support platforms and statues in the breezy late afternoon climate.
Welcome to Gemini Dam.
Gemini Dam is the central hub of the North African trade routes, with the 4.9K track briefly dipping down into the slick purification plant before resurfacing into the sun-baked suburbs.
Welcome to Orcus.
In the subterranean networks below Alaska, high-ranking officials work in secret ambience waiting for the bomb to drop. Their only entertainment is the race, carrying its own threat level through 4.3K of permanent gloom. This is Orcus.
Welcome to Orcus.
4.5 kilometers of track run silent through the Orcus Center for Catastrophe Prevention, as the weak air penetrates this underground locus, where the track twists like peel in the code-level amber lights.